welcome back to Never Bored with George. I'm your host, George, my co-host here,
Jason.
And today we'll be continuing our series Never Bored with MMA, where we cover all things MMA, epic events, epic fighters, and giving you our epic predictions of what UFC events are to come. And guys, today we're going to give your official prediction for UFC 272's main event, Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington. Guys, we have a lot in store for you for this prediction, but to go first, let's set the stage on both fighters. And Jason, I'm gonna step first the storyline.
Go ahead.
Because guys, we already know both these fighters are well established, have the credentials, and we're gonna go over that. But really, the meat of this main event is really the storyline behind it. Truly, are one of the very first and genuine best friends turned worst enemies. Yep. And my God, guys, what a story to tell. We're talking about how Colby Covington, former ATT member, that was on the verge of getting kicked out, gets his fame again by adopting this MAGA persona and becoming apparently the most notorious and hated person at his own team, American Top Team. But also apparently not paying their coach. Jorge Masvidal is the kind of guy that's very loyalty based. So if you don't pay your dues to the people that you're with, especially for someone like Colby Covington, who literally crashed on Jorge's couch. They had trained together, got skills from each other, went on the same team, had the same training partners, sparring partners, sessions. And there are multiple instances on video where they both saying that they're each other's best friends. So this really is truly one of the first, real cases of this is best friend turned enemies.
Yeah, friend or foe vibes.
Yeah, basically this is a UFC friend or foe. And honestly, guys, we can go into more about the intricacy of the details, but honestly it all comes down to you were my boy and you did you betrayed me, and now we're in the same weight division, so this is break your face time. But this is one of the first fights where they don't need to be a belt on the line to promote this fight. This is all about both fighters can talk shit, both fighters can fight shit, they can fight the fight, and that's what I'm so excited about for this matchup. But guys, we gave you the breakdown of the story. You already know best friends turn foes. Any extra is just icing, so let's get into the skills behind it. And Jason, I'm gonna throw it to you, man. Let me know give me the skills breakdown.
Okay, so let's start off with Jorge Masvidal, man. We have someone that is known for his striking. Very well at striking. Very, very well. We've seen him do bad things to people like Darren Till, to who else? Nate Diaz. Busted him up. One thing that he does really well that I've enjoyed watching him is the body shots. If it's the kicks, if it's the punches, whatever way he gets to the body, he does really well. One thing I've noticed in a few of his recent fights, and specifically in the Darren Till fight, was the way he actually got him was he quickly switched stances. And then caught him with the left, and then quickly through the right. Also known as the three-piece and a soda.
3 pieces of chicken? No, it's 3 pieces and a soda.
Another thing is he's very sharp with his movement. He kind of does the way I've noticed that he fights is he's not just out there just fucking throwing the whole time. He's more calculated, only throws when he thinks he should land, and very, very good movement. Basically, an overall just a good boxer type fighter, right? But at the same time, he has very well wrestling defense too. I think the reason for that is because he's fought so much that he just has so much experience dealing with so many different fighters. And that's the thing, when it comes to Colby, he doesn't have as much experience as Jorge does. Jorge is also old and he's fought so much more. And ring experience is a thing. If you are able to fight a lot, you learn so much from every fight. So there is that aspect of it too. But from what we've seen, Jorge's been really good. The last fight was a little
he did get KO'd by Kamaru Usman, but to be fair, Kamaru Usman's to pound for pound, right? And Colby Covington, he didn't get knocked out, but he didn't win his 2 fights either.
So when you look at stuff like that, it's Jorge has a lot to offer. He has a lot that he can do this fight. Okay, now let's look at Colby. He's a very well-rounded fighter too. One thing that he does really well is pressure. Keeping the pace, keeping the opponent tired. One thing that I've noticed from him is that he can really his timing of his takedowns are usually pretty well done. I remember in his fight against Robbie Lawler, there were plenty of times where literally as Robbie Lawler was about to get ready to start throwing, he went in for the takedown. Right? Colby has a lot of skills that this fight is such an interesting matchup because of how much Colby can do too. I don't know, man. It's what are we about to see in this fight? There's so many things that we can see, but that's kind of a little breakdown of both fighters. What do you think?
No, I agree with a lot of your points because Jorge Masvidal has the experience. He's a striking. He's a well-rounded in kickboxing and boxing because of his time, like you said, in the UFC. He's had to get his wrestling defense better. But to be fair, that was part of the reason why he lost against Kamaru Usman, because he was worried about the wrestling and kept his hands lower, and that exposed him for the right hand. However, I think when we get a Masvidal like this, when he's angry, who's here not for a fight to win a belt, but to get even, I don't think wrestling's going to be his first thing. I know he's going to have the wrestling defense, but I just want to keep the striking. Plus, remember, I want to make this clear. Yes, we said earlier both fighters did train with each other, but since they've been apart from each other, they both have been different fighters since. Both got their fame in many different ways. I mean, Colby was a boring fighter until he started talking shit about Brazil and then started, getting his docking the game and then delivering as well. Jorge Masvidal just had to show that he a couple knockouts and then a superb knockout against Ben Askren. Again, a wrestler dominant who also was the favorite to beat Jorge by a very large margin. Got decked in the first round by a flying knee. So what's great about Jorge Masvidal is like he's one of the best upsetters I've ever seen. He's always the underdog in a lot of these fights, and every fight he brings something new and different. Yeah, I mean, sure, if you look at his directly last fight, doesn't look so good, but okay, he fought Kamaru on literally less than a week's notice. Cut all that weight to make weight and then went to a decision. Before that, I mean, Nate Diaz was dominant most of the fight to the doctor stoppage. And what happened before that? The flying knee. Before that, Darren Till. I mean, Jorge Masvidal is on the trajectory to keep on going regardless of what happens. But I really think though that both fighters have amazing strength. Like Colby, like we're saying in the wrestling. Like he's a collegiate level wrestler at least. I mean, he did this growing up, so that wrestling game's going to be there. But Colby Covington has also been expanding his striking since he went to MMA Masters. We see Colby striking getting better and better as he was fighting Kamaru Usman. So I don't know. I mean, the question is, can both the fighters are now being more well-rounded to each other than ever before, right? It isn't a striker versus wrestling match anymore. This is a striker with some wrestling, adding wrestling to his tool with against a wrestler who has added more striking and other things to his game.
This is kind of like a balanced MMA fight here.
Right, this is a true balance with one fighter has a dominant style, sure, but that doesn't mean that's the only thing in their book, you know? Like this, exactly. I mean, this isn't like
it's not like a Derek Brunson situation where he always goes for takedowns.
Right, exactly. Right? I mean, like this, like we're like wrestling. It's not like where it's wrestling first, striking second, striking first, wrestling second. It's like whatever happens. We're coming here to kill each other. So, and that's what I'm excited for, and this is why this fight's paramount, because if you were just analyzing a regular fight where it's for a belt even or for like a rankings matchup, then a lot of things we would say had been like, okay, maybe the wrestler with the striking background would win. But since it's a grudge match, we have emotions coming into this. We have feelings, and whoever lets their emotions get the best of them, but also don't let out the ferocity in time, is gonna win this fight. I mean, it's gonna be insane to see what happens. But guys, we wrapped up on each other's skills a little bit. The question is now, who's gonna win this fight? And guys, this rolls into our official prediction. So Jason, bro, I'm gonna let you go first, brother.
If I see Jorge winning this fight, it's gonna be knockout. There's nothing else. If I'm being, I mean, this is just my personal opinion. What I'm basing off of what I think will happen. If Jorge wins this fight, it has to be a knockout. Or it has to be where he was dominant enough in the striking. But for Colby, the only way he can really win is if he's more dominant and just more, just getting those simple points of, like when he just touches. Those simple points, and also doing takedowns, and by him having more ground control time. So if that's the case, then Colby can definitely win this fight. But just for a few things that they both need to watch out for is, if Colby Covington is going for that takedown, you better watch the knee. That knee will come out of nowhere, and you're not gonna make it out alive. Right. Not for say like dead, but like you're not. It's not. Gonna be
he's about to be a human highlight.
Exactly. For Jorge, you need to be able to handle the pressure.
Right.
Because Colby will bring pressure to you. I mean, unless he really does what he did for the second Kamaru fight, where he kind of started a little slow. But most likely, I'm assuming, since there's emotions involved too, there's going to
be a little bit of a dialogue.
A little bit of aggressiveness, right? I feel like. So if that's the case, then you need to be calm and not let the pressure get to you and back up too much. You need to be able to which he will do that. I know we've seen Jorge fight before. But now for my official prediction, man. This is the hard part. Oh man, if I'm making my official prediction, I'm gonna go Colby unanimous decision.
Okay. Damn.
I don't even. But that's the thing. I'm gonna say that, right? That, like, if I'm putting money on it, but at the same time, I have no idea.
Dude, that's a solid prediction. Here's what I would think for Colby's path to victory. It definitely lies in with the wrestling, but also just feinting that wrestling. We already know Jorge Masvidal. He's only been knocked out twice, and both times he's been knocked out, it's been with the same punch.
Right.
Which is that I think that overhand right coming in as he lowers his hands to either match or counter with the left hand. Right. So if Jorge Masvidal sharpens that wouldn't be a problem. But then if he's too focused on not getting knocked out, he exposes himself to the wrestling.
Yes.
So Colby has a couple different paths to victory. Once the wrestling opens up, then that means submissions are open up. ground fighting, a lot of that. So Colby has more path to victory, but I'm not going to underestimate Jorge Masvidal, and here's why. Jorge Masvidal's path to victory, yes, is definitely the knockout, but I also know that Jorge Masvidal has been working his wrestling. If Jorge Masvidal can establish a not dominance, but a wrestling stance still early enough within the first 3 rounds, he has an easier chance to get the knockout in the 4th and 5th.
Yeah, that's very
And
true.
if Jorge Masvidal, he needs that extra fire to beat the pressure that's Colby Covington. Because Colby Covington, both these fighters are moving forward, but Jorge Masvidal being used to the counter punching, he'll probably step back first just to make even with the count, get ready for the counter.
For sure, yeah.
But if he lets that pressure get to him, then that opens up the wrestling, the body as well.
Everything, yeah.
And that puts Colby in an advantageous position. However, this isn't the first time Jorge Masvidal has been against the odds.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be the last either. So, which is why I'm going to predict Jorge Masvidal KOs Colby Covington in rounds 3 or 4. I don't know why it would happen. It probably won't happen, but I love Game Bread so much. Both of them, it's a money fight for sure. It's going to do huge numbers. Oh my God, I can't wait for this fight. But I also know that when the chips are down, you never bet against Jorge Masvidal. You never bet against Jorge Masvidal because that's when he shines. Think about it. Darren Till, Ben Askren. All these times he was against the odds, he overcame. And that's the story of Jorge Masvidal. And this is going to be his biggest test yet.
Yeah.
This is probably going to be the biggest fight forget about the championship stuff. Yes, that's the biggest in his life and that's his dream, but this fight is going to be the biggest of his life because there's so much at stake. The friendship, the storyline, the money. All of it all collides here. This is literally a pressure cooker of a fight. And once that pressure cooker opens, it's going to be fireworks. Or I know it has to be fireworks.
Oh, for sure, bro.
Because honestly, just as a side note, I expect them to kind of start a little slow just to feel each other out.
Oh yeah.
But then once they get comfortable with rounds 2, 3, they're gonna start talking shit.
Oh yeah.
And there's gonna be the whole 9 yards, bro. So, oh my God, guys. Well, guys, that was our official prediction for Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington for UFC 272's main event. We discussed their path to victory, the strength of each fighter, the storylines, and guys, this fight is something a fighter's been dreaming of to see. Because honestly, the beef is there. Oh my God, the sauce is there. All of it, bro. This is literally a full course meal of a fight. It has everything you're looking for. And honestly, this fight was one of the very few that I don't care if there's a belt on the line. I'm here for everything else about it. Thank you guys for watching our official prediction for UFC 272's main event, Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington. Guys, if you liked our prediction, give it a like. Subscribe if you want more MMA anime content. There's plenty more on the way, guys.
Stay tuned for our reaction video.
Yeah, bro. Our reaction is going to be coming either going to be the night of the fight or right after. So, guys, stay tuned for that. We'll give you our reaction, our analysis, and our general thoughts of the fight, guys. So stay tuned for that. Once again, I'm your host, George, and my co-host here,
Jason.
Y'all have a good one. Peace.